We're back on the air. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of Radio Entrepreneurs, also the chairman of the board of Mage LLC. I am having so much fun this week at the UMass Dartmouth Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, also partnering with Cape and Plymouth Business Magazine. My co-host all week has been Joy Jordan of Cape and Plymouth Business. Joy, great having you again.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm having a fabulous time.
Our next guest, Joy, you know him well.
Yes.
I know him well. He's one of those guys who's been behind the scenes at Radio Entrepreneurs probably since day one, always supporting us, always bringing in guests. He's a great guy. Jim Farrell, President PR First, and he's going to talk to us about PR and economic development. What a great topic.
Thanks for having me, and it's good to see you all again.
Great, thank you. So, what is it about PR and economic development that make them go hand to hand?
Well, I think how I would answer that is that when there is a lot of good news at the ground or grassroots level going on about economic development, PR is one of the tools that helps spread the word and tell the story. You know, so many times there are so many businesses out there that quietly do these great things, and people say, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you had made all these contributions. So PR is really one of the ways I think that you can use to help tell that story, spread the word, and get it out into the public domain a bit more.
Well, if a tree drops in the woods and no one's there to hear it, then
Yeah,
did it really happen? And
That's true.
I guess economic development is the lifeblood of Southeast Massachusetts, all of Massachusetts.
It is,
and,
definitely.
If we're not talking it up, then we're not doing it right, correct?
Correct. And one of the organizations that I'm part of is the South Shore Chamber, and I know that you either have or will have someone here who will talk in great more detail about it than I can, but that organization is launching a very comprehensive economic development study to just take a look at what do we do as a region to make this place a better place to live and to work. And I know that the Cape and Plymouth Business Magazine has been very, very supportive of that also, and not only just of that one initiative, but just promoting economic development and business throughout the region, calling attention to it. One of the challenges I remember from, and it goes back a few years, back to 2007-8, when it seemed like the sky fell on the economy, and all of a sudden all the news networks lit up with gloom and doom stories. Wall Street was tanking, the banks were failing, the sky was falling, and it seemed like there was no good news anywhere. And one of the challenges that I had in those days as a PR person was convincing news media there's a lot of good going on out there and you need to be talking about it instead of simply talking about all the negative and reacting to it. And there have been a number of media outlets in this region that I would say have led the charge in helping to tell those good stories, and certainly the one that is here today is certainly among those, the Cape and Plymouth Business, doing a lot of positive news coverage of businesses that are growing, developing, and making a difference here.
Well, thank you for those kind words. I do think, and I imagine you can speak to this as well, but I think that entrepreneurs are often inspired and educated by the stories of other successful businesses, and I think that's yet another reason to get those good news stories out, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I think what I think a lot of the news media will do, and the ones that are really, really selective and critical will do this. They will look not just to, if you will, write a puff piece or a story about here's a company, but they tell that story. They dig deep and they say, what was it that got you over that hurdle? How did you get from where you were to where you want to be? What are the strategies you employed, and how has it worked? And what do you see doing going ahead that will be different? What would you do differently? And I think business owners read those, or they see them online, or they watch them on television, or whatever their source of news is, and they are inspired, as you say, Joy. And not only they're inspired, they learn from it. And so one is often a good way for someone else to learn, just to see what another business has done. It inspires them, it encourages them, and it reminds them that there's another path forward. A lot of times for most of us, we end up in businesses and in places where when we originally sat down and thought, what do I want to do, where do I want to get, we end up in a very different place than where we thought we would.
If somebody else wants to benefit from the great work that you do, how would they find you?
Well, probably the easiest way is our website, which is www.prfirst.com. And if they wanted to reach me directly, it's J Farrell, first initial last name, JFARRELL @prfirst.com. And I thank you for giving me that chance.